Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World, and you join me today right near the Grand Canyon. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, hang on a minute, he's done a video like this before, hasn't he? You're right, I have done a video like this before, but that was before we had some updates to the textures, that was before we had the new shaders, that was before we had True Sky, and it was before I had a computer to do it on. So, what am I going to be doing in this episode? Well, very simply, we're going to be taking off. Grand Canyon's actually behind us. We're going to take off. Let's just bring this up like so. Yes, just so that we can see. We're going to take off. We're going to loop back over ourselves, and then we're going to fly out, probably on a heading of 080. Or something like that from the VOR. We're going to tune in a VOR and we're going to see if we can fly 080 out of that VOR. Then we're going to turn after a little while. We're going to turn over and fly probably a heading of, I don't know, about 010, something like that. And then I've not decided yet whether to fly over the canyon and land back at the airport or dive into the canyon. So I'm going to decide that on the run, I suppose. Let's get all our lights up and running. So just going to press L to get all our lights up. What don't I want on though? Do I need the cabin light on? Most likely not. Ooh, panel lights do come on now. That's good. Last time they were not coming on. I do like the way these panel lights look though. Let's switch on. Let's have a look out the front. Yeah, so we've got our landing lights. Now, I absolutely love these lights. And I think because we're going to be stunting, there we go. We're going to have those lights on in a minute. Why has my character changed? That's interesting. I don't recall ever changing my character, but it's okay. Let's go ahead, and for now we're going to have those wigwag lights off. We're going to have our landing lights on. We should be ready to go. Let's just tune in our correct frequency, which is 113.1, I believe, today. So we just need to tune that in. So we'll go over to that, and we will swap that over because that's the easy one to change. 113.1. Job done. That now goes into loco. Let's go for... is that our course indicator? That's heading hold. How do I change my course on this? I've never worked out how to use some of these displays, but we'll see. We'll see. That's not exactly... yeah, that's... I thought so. That isn't what I want. Course indicator. Not sure how to change that. I suppose we're not going to be able to do that. We'll give ourselves one stage of flaps, like so. Fantastic. And I suppose we can just ignore anything else and just fly. Let's just fly as the crow does. So here we go. Got very light winds today, so we might have to do a little bit of working around with crosswinds. As you can see, our angle of attack gauge is now active. At 60 knots, we can give ourselves a bit of a lift. There's the crosswind. Whoa. Flaps up. There we go. Okay. We can now get ourselves climbing. We're at maximum power. And once we get ourselves up to a decent speed, we're going to loop over and go back towards the canyon. Yep, definitely got a crosswind there, so I'm actually going to start hitting some rudder on this. Doesn't really like the rudder, does it? There we go. Alright, we're at 100 knots. I need to go a little bit faster before I'm going to do this loop. Even though the loop's going to happen fairly quickly, I want to go a little bit faster. Dip that nose down at this point. There we go, now we're picking up speed. 100. You can see some clouds there. Let's see if we can loop this right now. It's 120 knots. This is a bad idea to loop it at this speed, but hey, it's a stunt plane. Let's see what we can do. 3, 2, 1, pull up. That was a stall as well, and that was actually fairly nicely done. Yeah, it wasn't the speed I wanted to loop. So we didn't manage to get a full loop because the aircraft decided it was going to stall, and with the stall push the aircraft over. But that's okay because, as you can see, the airport is just there, and there's the canyon. So we're just going to fly over the Grand Canyon right now. At this point in time, I think we should switch on our wigwag lights. There we go. And let's have a look at the Grand Canyon. You know what? I think I am going to dive into it. I dove into the Grand Canyon last time. I think I'm going to do that once again. Let's get ourselves some really nice speed up though. I don't want to climb any higher than this, so let's trim ourselves down whilst we're still at maximum speed or maximum throttle. Let's do that. Ah, of course, this is what autopilot on, autopilot off. That's how we get our radials. That's how we do it. I think. Oh no, that's the heading select. Interesting. Only works in increments of 5 though. Altitude and mode, heading. Mode, heading. I don't know how to. I don't really know how to work this. I've never looked into this aircraft. But here we go. We're doing a nice 140 knots. We're past the airport right there, and we shall swing it over onto a heading of, let's say, 030. And there's the canyon right ahead. This is going to look interesting. As you can see, it's going to be quite interesting. Things load up better now. I'm quite happy to say that things are loading up better than the last time. Terrain in the distance still doesn't load up all too well. And I do wonder if I'm going to be able to find this airport again, since I haven't worked out how to use the navigation on this. I haven't worked out how to use the navigation on this, but I think... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There's the radial. There's the distance. Fantastic. Of course it's going to be there. That's all we need. I'm sure we've done this before, but you know, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I'm looking out, looking down, just seeing what's available. There's a road out there. I'm actually going to go into, on my charts, I'm actually going to go into VFR mode. Now this is supposed to be all restricted airspace. Shouldn't be able to fly over here. But today we've got some special jurisdiction. Now interestingly enough, that road actually exists. See this road down here? That road that's going along the edge of the canyon? That road actually exists. And I'm actually rather impressed that they've got that. And there it is. There's part of the Grand Canyon. A different part to where we went last time. Last time we were diving and went that way. This time we're going to dive and go this way. So welcome back to the Grand Canyon. Again, like I said, terrain, the textures, they do need work. But aside from that, you know, it's fairly nicely done. Yeah, I know the mixture's not leaned correctly, however, I am diving any second now. In fact, I'm going to dive it right now. And we're going to really pick up speed here. There we go. Idle. Watch that plane shake. Swing it in. Diving into the canyon. This is fantastic. You can see the speed we're doing is causing the aircraft to shake. So we're actually going to try and kill the speed now. That's very realistic, as we're in the zones that the aircraft does not want to be in. That was very nicely done. Highly impressed. Now we're idle and we're just flying it into the canyon. And it is loading up, and as you can see, it doesn't look all too bad. Down we go. And hopefully these things start loading a little bit faster. Okay, this is going to be close, cutting it close here. Slip the aircraft as we can go sideways through this. There we go, using the rudder to maintain some lift at the moment. Fantastic. Throttle. Get ready to kick the rudder in the other direction. Keeping lift here. And speed. So with True Sky, it's kind of interesting because of the clouds and the cloud levels at the moment. Oh, this is a dangerous flight. It's not easy to not crash here. That's close, that's close. Let's go this way. Alright. I'm going to full power it. Oh, that's close. That's going to be even closer. Slip the aircraft. Oh, that's really close. I can tell we're really close here. So this is where True Sky needs updating, because as you can see, it's giving some weird artifacts. As I try and fly this aircraft through here. That's not too bad. This looks like a more open area. I can just floor it through this. There we go. But overall, I think the mesh for the canyon isn't bad. I mentioned this last time. It's just the loading of the textures that really need work. As you can see, they've loaded okay-ish on here. I've got to keep an eye out though. But they look a bit... they look stretched to me. I mean, if you have a look at those textures, they just look like they've stretched. And I think that's what's causing a lot of the issues. That the textures have stretched, and that's... well, obviously that isn't what we want at all. I think we're going to stay in the canyon for another 10 minutes or so before we work our way back to the airport. Should we do an aileron roll in the canyon? I think we can manage that. Let's get ourselves over here. Pull ourselves up to a decent height. And want a nice smooth aileron roll. 3, 2, 1, roll. Very nice. I think we could even do a barrel roll here. Let's see if we can do a barrel roll. Let's get ourselves, I think, about there. That should give us enough space for a barrel roll. We'll line ourselves up like this. There we go. 3, 2... no, wait. 3, 2, 1, barrel roll. Very nice. So, difference between barrel roll and aileron roll. Aileron roll literally is about the axis. So, you're actually turning the aircraft literally about the axis and you're not really going up and down. Barrel roll, think of being inside a barrel and the outer wingtip touches the barrel all the way around, but the aircraft is smaller than the barrel itself. So you have to sort of lift the nose, turn it around. As you can see, off the outside of the barrel, nose comes down, continues turning around, nose comes back up. That's a barrel roll. I do like the maneuvering of this aircraft. It's so agile. It's very, very good to fly. As you can see, I'm even turning it and then trying to force it into some sort of a spin. So as I'm turning the aircraft, you can see there, at that point, in a sense, I am flying that off the rudder. I am literally flying that off the rudder. And pull it out. That's a really nice aircraft to fly. Now this area is still loading in. That's why I'm looping around this area, by the way. I'm just getting it to load in as best as I can. Right, let's we're going to do a sudden climb from here and then a drop. And climb up and over the ridge and drop. Although dropping is probably not a good idea because I sort of got myself in a bit of a hole here. This is not good. All right, well, let's get a nice smooth climb going out then. We're going very slow here, so I need to pick up speed whilst climbing. So I'm doing almost like a glider does, in a sense of I'm turning to gain height at a smooth rate. And that looks like my exit right there. That's my exit. Using the rudder to keep the aircraft up. That was pretty cool. And look, things are now loading in quite nicely, so it doesn't look all too bad once it's loaded in. But it does need work. That being said, it looks a lot nicer with the new sky and everything than it has ever before. Trees, of course, still need a bunch of work. Terrain resolution needs work and optimization of textures naturally. Let's see if there's a nice view outside of this that I can take. Not that I know of, not that I can see. I think the inside views are the ones that are giving us the best. This is actually giving us the best views right over here. Let's see what's around this loop. I wonder if that's another canyon. Look, you can see the textures loading in there. I wonder if it is another canyon. I'm going to have ourselves at maximum speed. As you can see, I'm at 182 knots. Just in case there isn't another canyon as we turn into this, and I need to loop us out. Turn it around, turn it in very nicely. And what's here? Oh, it's empty. Okay. Up we go. There we go. That was empty. Alright. Didn't stall the aircraft this time. That's why I picked this aircraft, by the way, so that I could do things like that. Now we're about 15 miles away from the airport. So we've done a bit of a loop in this area. This area is, like I said, we're not actually allowed in real life to fly down this low. You're allowed to fly over it, but you have to be at a certain height. There are supposed to be some tram bridges and stuff like that along this river that you can see below us, and there's something called the Phantom Ranch somewhere around here. There's an aerial tramway, there's suspension bridges, and all sorts of stuff around these areas. Right, let's slow ourselves down. We're really picking up speed again. But what I'm going to do actually to slow us down is I need to stop climbing out. Right, where is our... What direction are we facing? Almost south. So if I were to... That's the one I want. Alright, let's get ourselves out of this in that. Right, we're going to see if we can get ourselves through that gap there. It looks big enough to get through. Yeah, I think that gap will do. Just need to climb just enough to get through that gap. We are climbing at a fairly good rate. There we go. Gonna turn in. Almost go sideways. And sideways. Through the gap. There we go. Fantastic. That was very close. Swing around here. No exit here, so we're actually going to continue climbing out. Again by swinging around and up. There we go. That's very nice. We're now on the edge of the canyon. And the airport is in that direction. So let's go over this way. Very good. You can see the canyon right there. Awesome. Right, where is the airport? That's the question. It says on here radial of 297. So as a matter of fact, the airport is the opposite way from us? No, I don't think so. No. No, it's a yeah, no, we're okay. We're headed directly towards the airport. That's good. Yeah, we're on the 297 radial towards it. I think, yes. So the airport's just nearby. That's good. There's the canyon again. Good view. We were just in there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You know, like on it, a subscribe, maybe a share. A few comments now and then. That would be quite nice. Find it very helpful. Comments. We're, what, 12 miles away? Or is that 18 miles? Hang on. No, 10 miles. It's 10 miles. Very good. We're doing a very nice speed here. Very low over the ground. Fairly stable. Trimmed up very nicely, actually. Hardly making any movements on the aircraft's elevator. Obviously it's a stunt aircraft, so it is very, very sensitive. But you can see I'm not really making any movements at all, even on the ailerons. Heading of 301, so let's actually adjust our course here. It's 7 miles away. And then from there we should be able to get to the airport. Although where the airport is in relation to the VOR, I'm going to have to now double check. It's quite nice that I can fly this with my hands off the controls. I don't actually have my hands on the controls here. I'm just easing the aircraft around. There we go. Right, the VOR is just behind... No, it's not. It's just where the airport is. Great. So we can fly over the airport. In fact, I think I see the airport ahead of me. Is that it? No, those are gas tanks. Or something. What is that? That's a road. I'm curious to know what those are now. We're 4 miles away. We're flying over something right now. You can see a road there. Is it a waypoint of some sort? Entirely sure. Oh, that is the airport, actually, look. That's good. So we can land at this airport. Shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem at all. It'll dip into the Grand Canyon. I think I'll label this episode the Grand Canyon Dive. Obviously, there's much more to the canyon than we've seen. I would like to take a military aircraft through that. That would be... I think that would be rather interesting. Right, so what we'll do is we will join the pattern. Yeah, we'll fly at this height past the airport because it's clear. Oh, we've got some turbulence here. And then we'll join the pattern. Yeah, those are oil tanks or fuel tanks. So we'll join the right-hand pattern. And we will turn now. Well, not now, but I'll say we'll turn... Should we say now? Yeah, let's say now. For right hand. Downwind leg. And there we have it. We're now on the downwind leg. Yeah, there's definitely a wind here. It's quite a stiff breeze. I'm actually going to now start slowing the aircraft down. I don't think I need to land with flaps at all. I see no need to land with flaps. Yeah, I see absolutely no need to land with flaps because the flap operating range on this aircraft is, isn't it 88 knots? Don't think I need that. Let's switch our wigwags off at this point. Back to standard landing lights. We'll start slowing ourselves down. And we'll do our swing back to line up with the runway. Nice and smooth. This time keeping it a little bit coordinated. There we go. Oh wow, I didn't manage to turn that so well, did I? That's okay. We're slowing down very nicely though. We've managed to... That was actually planned to shave off speed. The S-turn. Like a space shuttle. We're doing a space shuttle style, although the space shuttle will be doing this at a much higher altitude, a far higher altitude than we've just done it here. But we should actually land on this runway very, very nicely. Might be slightly crosswind, that's okay. Yeah, there is a slight crosswind on this. So we'll nose this one down first. And then, ooh, that was not too bad. Not too bad. It is a stunt aircraft. There we go. And we're down. Let's just roll it up. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tour of the Grand Canyon. It wasn't too far, it wasn't too much. But hopefully you did enjoy that, and if you did, don't forget to put that thumbs up, obviously. Hit that thumbs up, and do share the video. And last but not least, if you really like these videos, don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can. Link to that is in the description box below. I would massively, massively appreciate your support. It would really, really help me out. So don't forget to support me on Patreon if you are able to do so. Let's hit the brakes here. And we'll leave on at the end of this runway. There's the taxiway I'm looking for. Is that Alpha? Don't know, we're about to find out. That is actually taxiway Bravo. Very good. Thank you very much for watching. I think I'll just stop the aircraft here. No point taxiing to a gate. Yeah, I'll just stop the aircraft here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time in Flight Sim World. And who knows what I'll be doing. Maybe another community update. I'll see you guys then.